Hello everyone. Today I will present about the financial performance diagnosis. Our present will include the comprehensive understanding of financial performance, include the profitability ratio, the financial leverage, and the credit risk management among the Asia Commercial Bank (ACB), the Vietcom Bank (VCB), Viettel Bank (CTG), and Second Bank (STB). We also use the relation model to understand and analyze the relationship between the financial income of BNB and the bank financial ratio. Lastly, we will give recommendations based on this research. This is my table of content. So firstly, I will give some information about the Minh Plastic. Minh Plastics is a pioneer in the pie market with 43 years of experience. So as you can see in the chart that the revenue increased slightly, however, the net profit is decreased from 2016. So due to the COVID-19, they would like to find a safe investment for maintaining their company and increase their net profits. So we will choose E, the dependent variable will be the financial income of BNB, and the time series will from the quarter 3 2009 to quarter 2 2020. Next, we will have some background of the four banks. First is ACB. ACB established in 1993. They have 267 branches in 47 provinces. Their non-performing loan ratio is quite low. It's just 0.54%, and the profit before tax is 7,560 billion. For Vietcom Bank, Vietcom Bank is established in 1962. They have 472 branches in 52 provinces. They also have the office in US and in Australia. The business restructuring was implemented toward the high quality, efficiency, and sustainability. The non-performing loan ratio dropped to 0.8%, which is quite good, and they have the highest profit before tax among banks in Vietnam. Is 23,122 billion Vietnam dong. They also have they also is the number one bank in digital transformation. They put the digital bank into the operation in Vietnam in order to improve the customer satisfaction through digitized experience when using data and technology. And next is CTG. CTC is established in 1988. They have 155 branches with 958 transaction office. They also have office in Germany and Laos. However, the non-performing loan is quite high, 1.2%, and the profit is 11,781 billion. Last but not least is Second Bank. Second Bank is established in 1991. They have 507 transaction offices in 52 provinces, and they have quite a bad non-performing loan ratio, which is the highest one, 1.9%, and they also have the lowest profit before tax, 3,270 billion. So next, I will give some explanation about our independent variables. Firstly is the return on asset ROA. ROA is the key indicator to measure the relative of the profitability of bank to its total assets. That means it shows to the investor, the analyst, and the measure how efficient bank use their asset to earn profit. And about the next is the provision credit loss ratio. The PCL means that when it's the amount bank set aside to cover loans they believe will not be collectible. So by having such an amount set aside, the bank is more protected from insolvency. Looking at it enables investors or regulators to assess the riskiness of loan written by the bank in comparison to their peers. risky loan lead to a higher PCL and thus a higher PCL ratio. And next is the capital asset ratio. As we know that the capital strength is the most superior mass of a high credit worthy bank. The capital of bank is important. It is established and support the bank operation in developing, absorb the unexpected loss and decline its asset values. A low leverage indicates a higher level of risk compared to a higher leverage future. So, however, a lower leverage could help a bank to improve its profitability. Also, beside the financial ratio, we also have the other independent variables. Firstly, is the deposit interest rate. As we know that the deposit interest rate is regulated by State Bank Vietnam, which is based on the monetary policy of Vietnam government. So it will affect directly on the deposit interest rate of each bank, which the investor willing to know. And next is the market return. So PNB also invest on bank share, so they willing to know the share price. So as we know that the share price of bank will fluctuate as the market return. So we can when economy grow up, the share price also increase and vice versa. So we will go to the main part of today is the regression model to analyze the relationship between the independent and dependent variables. So firstly, the coefficient, the fact that our equation fit the data better than any other linear equation does not guarantee that it fits the data well. So we will still need to ask how well does our equation fit the data. So to answer the question, we will look at the coefficient of multiple determination, the R square. The coefficient of multiple determination measure the proportion of variable independent variable that can be predicted from the set of independent variables in the relation equation. When the relation equation fits the data well, so R square will be large, close to 1 and vice versa. So as we can see in the table that R square is 0.68, so we can interpret that 68.4% of BNP financial income can be explained by the entire set of independent variables. And we also have adjusted R square. It's quite similar to the R square, except it adjusts our square for the number of independent features used independent variables used at the sample size. So we will compare between different models so we can choose the best one. Next is the ANOVA table. This table tests the statistical significance of the independent variables as predictors of dependent variables. The last column of the table shows the result of an overall F-test, like the coefficient of multiple correlation. The overall F-test found in the ANOVA table suggests that the regression equation fits the data well. So we have the hypothesis that H0 will have the beta 1 equal beta 2 equal beta 2 beta 16 equal 0, and H1 is at least 1 beta will different than 0. So we can see that our p-value is smaller than alpha 0.05, so we can reject the H0. So it means that one of all independent variables have explanatory power beyond what would be expected by chance. Next, we have the significance of relation coefficient. So with multiple relation, there is more than one independent variable. So it is natural to ask whether a particular independent variable contributes significantly to the regression after effects of other variables are taken into account. The answer to this question is be found in the regression coefficient table. And we have the hypothesis beta equal to 0 and H1 beta is different than 0. So if the p-value larger than alpha, we can reject the H0, but if it's smaller than alpha, we reject the H0. We can accept the RA VCP, the PDL line of VCP, and CTG, the capital asset ratio SCP and STP. And next is from the table, we have the equation, and we can interpret the equation as follows below. If the area of VCP increase 1%, the financial income will increase 2,056 billion. For PDL ratio, we will choose the smallest one due to the lowest PDL, the healthiest the bank is. So if the PDL of VCP increase 1%, the financial income will increase 2,794 billion. But if the PDL of CTG increase 1%, the financial income will decrease 944 billion. So we will choose the CTG. For capital asset ratio, we will choose the highest one due to the highest capital asset ratio, the healthiest the bank is. So if the CAG of ACB increase 1%, the financial income will increase 397 billion. So if CAG of STP increase 1%, the financial income will decrease 507 billion. So we will choose the ICP. And as a result, we will have some assessment summary for ranking and weighting. Firstly, for weighting, for we are as an investor, so BNB would like to consider most about the bank profitability because the more profit they earn, the more BNB gets. So credit risk management will be ranked second as the 35%. And the capital asset ratio will be ranked last with 25% because we think that the government own have large proportion of the capital for own for banks, so it is quite difficult for them to get bankrupt. So for the ranking, we will analyze a range within each of three financial indicators. For the first one, we will get 4 balls and it will decrease. And as the table below that, we can see the total weight of each bank. And as we can see, the first bank is ranked is the Beacon Bank, next is the Vietnam Bank, third is the ICB, and fourth is the second bank. So in conclusion, we will recommend BNB should choose Beacon Bank as the investment. So thank you for your listening. This is my reference for the presentation.